Hi, my name is Mya Cribbs. I am 19 years old and I'm from Laredo here. And I am almost going to be graduating in December of this year with my associates in general studies. What I want to do is I want to be able to, well, I'm going to be transferring. Once I graduate, I will be attending UTSA to get my degree in communications with digital marketing and PR. My goal is to work with brands and with different companies. A really big dream of mine would to be able to come out on the TV and on radio stations. My biggest like brand or place to work with would be with ESPN, like in general, just ESPN, or more specifically with the NFL and NBA. I would also love to work with the WNBA. Me and my family are huge women's sports fans, so being able to work with them would be so amazing. I think history is important because it helps us see what we've grown, as well as to bring to light where we went wrong in previous years, what things could have been differently, what should have been done differently. There are so many different things that we see nowadays that we're like, oh, that could have never happened. But when you go back to your history, it may have just happened 60, 70 years ago and you had no idea. So I believe that being able to learn about history, whether it just happened a couple years ago or it happened 80, 90 years ago, is so refreshing for the mind to just keep the human brain in check and to keep the mind working to assure that, hey, it can happen again. It happened once, it doesn't mean it can happen twice. So that's another big thing. What I've learned during high school was that going over your stuff constantly, whether it be late at night and you got home from work and you just can't sleep and you feel like, oh, I can't sleep, what should I do? Going over your notes is such a great way to refreshing the brain, but as well as go to sleep with the knowledge and waking up and still being like, oh yeah, I remember that from last night. And so that's the greatest thing that I've learned, is going over my notes and grasping it, maybe not daily, but going every 2 to 3 days and grasping little information here and there and rewatching the videos, rereading the paragraphs that we've received from our professors and our instructors is one of the greatest things I've learned, and one of the newer things that I've been interpreting into all of my classes is knowing that yes, there's times where I'm tired, but there's also going to be times where I'm not tired, and instead of sitting on my phone, I can open my notes. So that's one of the things. I've also learned to write all my due dates down and put it like on my phone, on my notes app, on my iPad, on my laptop, and making sure that they all have the due dates. I also color coordinate my classes. So like this class is blue. I have different classes that are red and pink and orange. And so that's how I have them coordinated to what my brain understands them at. And with my notes, I write with that specific color pen. So like for my notes for this class, they're all in blue pen because my calendar has notifications and due dates for this class in blue. So that's one of the things I've learned, and I hope that we have a great summer semester.